On today's show, we meet Ottis Toole. We continue our theme of fucked up childhoods, sprinkled with a bit of head trauma and child sex abuse. We then take a journey into the love story between Ottis and Henry Lee Lucas, and then follow Henry across the country with his 14-year-old girlfriend Becky, and detail a few more of his murders. Are we wrapping this all up tonight? Hell no. I'm Mike.
I'm Ian.
And I'm Dave. If you thought the biggest tool of this story was Henry Lee, stick around. You can be both right and very wrong at the same time. This is Necronomipod.
Sent you guys a video earlier of Nicolas Cage, who you guys both have man boners for, listing his top 5 favorite Nicolas Cage movies. Mm-hmm. Man's so fucking full of himself, he's just going to rank his own movies. But I wanted to know your thoughts on each of the 5 of his favorite movies. So what I thought we would do is I'd mention the movie to you. You give me a ranking 1 through 5. 5 being the best, 1 being the worst. You can give it me a half. You can give me a quarter of a ranking. I want to know how you stand on each of the movies that he ranked.
Out of 5 stars?
Out of 5 stars. 5 being the best. I guess 0 being the worst, but you can give me a 1.5. You can give me a 1 1/4. You can give me a 4 1/4. 4 3/4. Does that sound good?
Yes.
I want to know how you guys
can
stand
do
on
that.
this.
I don't remember.
I haven't seen one of these, though.
I don't think I've seen 3 of them.
Oh.
Maybe. I don't know.
This is not going to be fun at all.
No, I mean, I'll just tell you.
Okay.
Pig would probably be on my top 1 on that.
All right.
You go ahead,
Well, he mentioned Pig first, so we'll go with Pig.
Let me just point out that he said his favorite one first, as you're supposed to start a list.
And then
5
that is
things.
immediately when I turned it off and DM'd it to you guys. I didn't even listen to the rest of the list. And then I had to go back when I decided I was going to do this as the intro to listen to what else he said, because I fucking stopped caring. He just blew his load and then was like, oh, now can we foreplay? No, sir, you can't.
Pig is really good.
It is really good.
It's not what I expected at all. And it was great.
What's your numerical?
Again, this is out of 5. You're Michael Scotting me here with like a gold star and a thumb. And,
What's the criteria? Like, what are we judging this on? Stars or
like Dave Meltzer. Give me a star rating. 1 through 5. You can give me a quarter. You can give me a half. You can give me 3/4.
I'll give Pig a 5-star. That was good.
5 star.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'll
So
give
you're
it a
telling me
5.
that's like a perfect movie.
Yeah, it was good. I don't think
Wow.
there was anything bad about it, really.
Okay.
And it was cool. It was different.
A 5-star right out of the gate.
I go to 4.
4-star.
I like Pig.
Okay.
I can't go with a 5.
I don't know why I'm writing this down. Like, I'm not going to go back. Okay. A 5 and a 4. Are you surprised that he picked that of all the Nicolas Cage movies? He's been in hundreds.
I thought we had to stick with just the 5 that he said.
We are. But what I'm asking is, are you surprised of everything that he's been in, that is his number 1 favorite movie he's been in?
Yeah, I think they're all newer ones because he probably can't remember what he did a long time ago, and that was the easiest for him to remember because it's an interesting
that's what he
list.
did?
Yeah, I don't know. There's some glaring omissions from that list.
All right. Well, the next one he said was Mandy.
Can I give that 5 stars too?
You can give whatever you want, man. It's your list.
Yeah, I'll give Mandy 5 stars too.
Okay. Wow.
That's a good fucking movie.
That is a great movie. I'm gonna go 4.5 on Mandy.
4.5. Well, it sounds like Nick was off to a good start. with
Yeah,
naming
yeah.
some
Oh,
favorite
yeah.
movies. All right. Next is Bringing Out the Dead, and I believe he said this was a Scorsese directed.
It was kind of weird.
I didn't see this.
No, I didn't exactly love it. It was not bad. I don't remember it being that great though.
And he didn't really give any reasoning other than maybe working with Scorsese.
Yeah, that could be a 3.5 maybe.
Okay, that's not bad.
It's been a long time since I've seen it. I remember not thinking it was as good as people said.
Bad Lieutenant.
This is the weirdest one of the whole list because it's not even the original Bad Lieutenant. It's like a sequel that they couldn't get Harvey Keitel to do, so Nick Cage was in it. It's good. It's a fun movie, but to be on this top 5 list, I found odd.
Is it top 5 like how much fun he had making them?
Yeah, that
He didn't.
could be.
He was asked his top 5 favorite movies that he's been in, and he didn't really give a criteria when he answered.
Yeah, that could
That'd be super funny if he just said some random shit.
Yeah,
like
the 5 he
didn't
could
even fucking
remember
care.
off the top of his head.
That's right. Maybe that makes sense. All that hair dye seeped into his brain.
Like,
Are you just bitter he didn't mention Con Air?
yes,
Because I'm bitter he didn't mention National Treasure.
that too. 2.5, I guess. Bad Lieutenant. Port of New Orleans. Not even the original Bad Lieutenant.
You haven't seen this one? Okay, so 2.5. And the last one he said was Joe.
I don't know what that is. I've never seen it.
I've never seen that. Yeah, I never even heard of that
Yeah,
one.
I have no idea.
Okay.
But Con Air, come on, dude. National Treasure. Raising Arizona.
Yeah.
Wild at Heart. Even Leaving Las Vegas. Like, I don't know. Those are good movies.
Maybe he likes the smaller indie films, though.
Yeah,
Maybe he doesn't
yeah.
get into those big Hollywood blockbusters.
You should watch Pig. It's interesting.
It is. Very.
It's not what I expected it to be.
But
at
Mandy
all.
got a better rating per both of you. You gave both a 5, but he gave Mandy a better rating than Pig.
Oh, Mandy's super cool.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe I'll do both. I'll do a Nick Cage night.
Color Out of Space is really good too. That's by the Mandy people as well.
I never watched that one.
Oh, you should check that out. That's Nicolas
It's
Cage.
on my list. I never get to it.
It's good.
He did this on one of the talk shows. Who was the guy? I can't remember his name.
Was it Seth Meyer? No, Colbert.
Is that who it
It
was?
was Colbert, was
Yeah, look, the Tonight Show, right?
Oh, maybe it was. I don't remember.
Is that what Colbert does?
it? No, that's Jimmy Fallon. The Late Show,
The Late Show.
right? I don't watch any of
I
these
don't
shows.
watch a lot of that. I just see clips sometimes, and that's it.
My grandma would watch David Letterman all the time.
That was way too late for me.
Yeah. My grandma would be watching him all the time and playing Nintendo.
That's fun.
Yeah. It was her nightly thing.
What about Long Legs? That wasn't on the list?
Dude, I keep seeing these comments that it wasn't good.
Look,
Get out of here.
if you didn't like Long Legs, don't be telling us it wasn't good. 'Cause that movie's fucking awesome.
It was good.
It's weird. It's creepy as shit. It's very strange. Nicolas Cage is awesome. Don't even begin to tell us it's not good.
It was Colbert, by the way.
Yeah.
I looked it up.
Long Legs is fucking great.
You know what I don't give 5 stars? The upbringing of Ottis Toole. Also the name Ottis.
It's an interesting one.
It is. It's going to be hard to beat last week's show, though, with that ruler story. How does this week measure up?
I forgot all about that ruler.
I've been thinking about it all week, just with the kid in class with a ruler sticking out of his eye socket.
But did that really happen?
That's what it says. I mean, you see the picture of him as a kid. Like, he definitely didn't have an eye.
No, I believe that. I'm just, I'm not so confident.
Maybe it wasn't sticking out of his eye and it had to be pulled out. Like, maybe that's a bit of exaggeration, but it probably did, like, smack him in the face.
Boing. Either way, it's fucking gross.
So we'll start off with Ottis Toole. He was born on March 5th, 1947, to a raging alcoholic mother who was also obsessed with the Bible and an abusive father who was also an alcoholic. Ottis was also the youngest of 9 kids, so this is a very stressful household. Ottis's mother really wanted a girl, so she was super disappointed when he turned out to be a boy. For the majority of Ottis's growing up, his mother would dress him as a girl and call him Susan.
A boy named Sue. So Johnny Cash wrote about.
Oh, yeah?
Or,
I think this is
sang about. He didn't write that song, but
He became known around the neighborhood and stuff as a boy named Susie.
I bet he did.
I forgot all about that song. Boy Named Sue, right?
Boy named Sue.
His father essentially started pimping Ottis out to men in the neighborhood when Ottis was 5 years old.
What does that even mean? That's
Well, Dave, a pimp, it means that you sell someone that you know for sexual gratification to another person.
Thank you.
He was selling his 5-year-old son who was dressed like a female.
So how it's told is that his dad would have all these guys over for like poker, playing, like drinking beers and doing whatever. And they would make Ottis get them beers and stuff. And he's dressed like a girl and perverted drunk hillbillies, and it just goes from there.
It's just rape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
how come one story without even a single priest have so much kid abuse in it?
It's hard to fathom, Dave. It really is hard to
That's
fathom.
what I'm saying.
Is it blowing your mind? Like the world around us? Like
It's so weird that these two would eventually come together with these similar upbringings.
Oh, they're a match made in, I guess, hell, right? Not match made in heaven.
a match made in yeah, I'll get into that later. Yeah, but yes, something. Peas in a pod.
There's talk of his sisters molesting him. I couldn't find anything concrete on that. But at minimum, they did play dress up with him until he hit his growth spurt. Like they would put him in dresses and whatnot. But once he started growing up, he grew up fast because as an adult, Ottis was around 6'9", 230 pounds.
6'9".
Fucking big boy.
Extremely strong, too. Very strong guy.
Built Ford tough. That's what we say on the farm.
Is that right?
Carhartts.
You're loading hay into your bed of your truck.
You got to be built Ford tough. They got the Bob Seger song behind us, like a rock. That might have been for Chevy.
I was going to say
Was that
Chevy Silverado commercial, I believe. But
Sorry.
close enough.
Sorry. I'm not total hillbilly. I don't have it down yet. I remember those commercials. Like a rock.
At 8 years old, Ottis got that classic head injury. The wooden porch connected to the house they lived in was falling apart, and the wood was rotting. Ottis tripped on a board, like it fell through, and a piece with the nail came up and hit him directly in the forehead, going 3 inches into his head. And like Henry, Ottis had seizures for the rest of his life due to this injury.
I'm not sure that's real. I think that's a made-up story.
That nail went into his head?
Yeah, doctors told him it was all in his head.
That nail went straight into
the
part that has like controls impulses and things, straight in that frontal lobe.
So what happens then? Like they just pull it out at home, be like, "You'll be all right."
Stick around for parts 2 and 3 and find out, pal.
Just a rusty nail. You'll be all right.
Just put a hammer in it, the back end of a hammer, and you yank it out. And I'm a Carhartt guy. I know how that works. I know how to take a nail out of a skull.
Out of a child's head.
Yeah, no problem.
It's a little super glue. It'd be fine.
It's fine. It's a superficial wound.
Hey, who plugged up the hole?
It's a rabbit from last week. Stuck around.
So Ottis's mom was obsessed with the Bible, but on the flip side, Ottis claimed that his grandmother was a Satanist who would take him on grave robbing missions as a kid and like do all this mutilating of animals for rituals. But that's all stuff we'll talk about next week on part 3.
All right. Talk about a teaser. Satanic Rage with Meemaw. Fuck yeah.
You guys got any final thoughts on part 2?
Around 12 years old, Ottis started running away from home, and he would sleep in random abandoned houses around Jacksonville. One night, he started a fire inside one to stay warm. This fire got out of control and ended up burning the whole house down. And in that moment, Ottis came in his pants. And from here on out, fire would make Ottis super hard, and he would come in his pants every time he saw it.
Oh boy, do we have another take 2 situation on our hands here, or in our pants rather?
But this is with fire. This is a first.
Interesting.
We had one guy with blood.
Yep. The blood hit the
Now
ground.
him with fire.
Interesting.
If we're doing a Mount Rushmore of people coming in their pants for weird things, those are the 2 you put at the top, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's more that we'll think of as we go on, but the sight of blood and
Blood and
fire. That's a weird
Some
one.
of them like fire. Like that used to be the old McDonald triad thing was fire.
But not coming in your pants immediately upon seeing it, right?
That's a little intense. I mean, most of them just like setting shit on fire.
Yeah. Well.
Yep.
I wonder what that's like to have something that just like triggers something like that.
That'd be weird. Do you look away? Or do you look forward to it? It's like, no, I don't want to come in my pants right now.
So it depends on the situation, right?
I guess.
And if you get worked up enough, you kind of want to finish.
Yeah. Blue balls.
You don't want that.
You're like blowing oxygen into the fire.
Man, this guy really wants us to have s'mores tonight. He's really excited about getting this fire going.
So for the next 2 years, Ottis burnt down all kinds of stuff and did a lot of stealing until he eventually dropped out of school at 14 years old. And from here, he became a male prostitute, dressing in drag. He also claims that this is when he committed his first murder, and it was against a guy that was paying him for sex, and this guy raped him very brutally, and Ottis was able to get in this guy's car while this guy was still outside of it and run him over and kill this guy.
All right.
I don't know. It sounds a little Hollywood movie-esque, but that's what he says.
That's his story later. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Seems like when you're 6'9", you can fight off most situations.
Well, he was 14.
Oh, he didn't get that big yet?
I mean, yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how
That's
strong
not
he was
fair.
at 14.
You're right. Yeah.
Based off what can be proven as fact, from here, Ottis goes off the grid for the majority of his life. There's a couple arrests, and he was potentially a suspect in a couple murders, but nothing that we can really dig into in depth, which that brings us to where we left off on part 1, where Ottis met Henry at a soup kitchen in Jacksonville, Florida in 1978, where Ottis would go to grab some food and find guys to hook up with.
The grinder of its day, the soup kitchen. Sure.
Jacksonville, Florida soup kitchen.
Can I buy you a cup of soup?
So these two clicked right away. Ottis invited Henry to come stay with Ottis, his mother, her new husband, Ottis's wife at the time, named Novella, Ottis's 10-year-old nephew, Frank, and his 11-year-old niece, Frieda Powell, nicknamed Becky by Henry. And we will call her Becky from here on out.
All right, you got all that? You got everyone's names down, people? Hope you wrote that down.
Ottis and Henry and Becky.
Frank, too.
But the big three are those three.
Yeah.
Frank will be around for a little bit.
I think before we get into it, too, it should be pointed out that everything regarding Becky comes from Henry and Ottis. It's a spoiler, but Becky isn't around to give her version of events or to defend herself. They talk about her like she's this willing participant in all this, but she's a child. So, and she's not here to defend herself. I'm sure that it would not be, she would not go along with the way this is told.
The same story.
No.
So essentially what we're about to get into is all bullshit. But it's their story.
Yeah. And I don't know, it's weird. Like when you read about this story in books and whatnot, they talk about, they don't ever say that. They talk about it like it's this Bonnie and Clyde situation. It's like, well, she was only 11 when you brought her out.
Oh, man.
But so how this love triangle worked, how it's told is Henry and Ottis started fucking and killing people almost right away.
Oh.
And Ottis falls in love with Henry.
It's a buddy movie, fucking and killing.
Yeah. Ottis truly loves Henry. Henry and Becky fall in love as well, which we just said she's 11 years old, so that's not great. But there's another level to it where, according to Henry, he wouldn't do anything sexually with Becky. There's some corroborating evidence where later, when Becky's 13 years old, people overheard fights where Becky was complaining that Henry wouldn't do any of that stuff with her. Regardless, even if she was being groomed, but he was just attached to her for whatever reason.
So like in Twilight terms, he imprinted on her. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, kind of like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, weird aspect to that story.
It's very strange. But okay. I didn't write it.
I'm more mad at myself that I understand that reference.
Also, when Henry moved in, he started sleeping in Ottis's bed, pushing out Novella, and who knows whatever happened to her. Becky and Frank's biological mother, Ottis's sister, Drusilla, was an alcoholic and a non-existence in the kids' lives.
I got to go to Mike for a ruling. Drusilla, is that thumbs up or thumbs down?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
like
you don't like that?
No.
I had a feeling.
Thumbs
you wouldn't.
down.
Yeah.
Thumbs down. Drusilla. Nah.
It's like a 18th century gothic horror movie name or something.
It's like, it's Aldi's Dracula. That's an Aldi Dracula. Save-A-Lot Dracula.
I agree.
Okay.
Thumbs down across the board.
So Henry and Ottis started taking the kids out on trips with them to get junk, like old car parts and whatnot, to sell. This led to Henry and Ottis taking Frank and Becky on their first drift, going from Jacksonville to Tucson, Arizona. Then they hopped on a train back to Jacksonville. And how this is told is this is like those shitty Boxcar Children books from way back in like first grade. But
I had not thought about those books in
Really?
probably 30 years. And you reminded me of those when I was reading these notes.
Really?
Yes.
What is that? I'm not sure what that is.
It was like from when like our age, like middle,
Yeah.
grade school. And I don't even remember like a family or kids.
they were like these orphan kids that would just like hop on these trains and go around and have adventures.
Yeah. But it'd be like fun filled, like
Yeah.
wholesome type stuff.
Like a bandana knapsack tied to the
Yeah.
end of a rope and
Yeah.
then just get on
Like-
the train. And
like made all of us believe as kids that we could just run along the side of a train and jump in, which you cannot. Don't do that. You will be crushed to death. But like I had not thought that might have been one of like the first, like that was right about the time of like Goosebumps, I think, right?
Maybe even before that.
I think you're right. Yeah.
all right.
When I was reading about them doing this drift this first time, like how they were traveling around and then they hop on this, I'm like, yeah, this is like Boxcar Children. If they were
forgotten
raping
all
and
of-
murdering and people along the way and child grooming.
You're like a 6-year-old, like, what the fuck am I reading?
Because according to them, there are murders going on this whole time. We'll talk about it next week, all the confessions and stuff, which a lot of them are bullshit. We haven't talked about any specific things yet besides Henry's mom. But that's not to say murders weren't happening on this drifting trip they were on, because Frank later on said he was witness to numerous murders and rapes.
So it's safe to say if Nicolas Cage ever made a movie about the Boxcar Children, it would be the Henry Lee Lucas and Ottis Toole version in this fucked up independent film R-rated fantasies that they live in.
Yeah, I could see that being made. Nicolas Cage could do a good Henry Lee Lucas, I bet.
He can do anything.
He could be Ottis too if he wanted
He
to.
can play both parts in the same movie. What about that?
In December 1981, Drusilla committed suicide, so Frank and Becky were sent to a juvenile facility in Bartow, Florida. With the help of Henry and Ottis, Becky escaped from the kids' home. The only problem is now there's a paper trail and people would be looking for Becky. The people at the kids' home also noted that it was more than likely that Becky had run away with her super weird uncles that visited her all the time.
It was positively what happened.
They needed to get out of town quick, so Henry, Ottis, and Becky started their final drift across the United States, leaving Frank behind, which sounded like it was good that Frank was kind of tapped out on living that life. He was not a fan of what he witnessed.
No, I'm sure he wasn't. Most normal people wouldn't be.
I think Becky willingly running away with Henry and Ottis. I think there's some truth to her, thinking that she loved Henry for sure. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. He had been grooming her since day one.
Yeah.
So at this point, she does love him, and she's that we're going on 2 or 3 years of him grooming her. So yeah, of course she was going to be like, super pumped for him to break her out.
Yeah.
Less than 3 months into this adventure, Ottis got super sick. Sounded like it was the result of some premature liver failure from drinking so much.
Is that a thing?
I don't know. They said he was turning yellow and started puking everywhere.
You better get checked out, pal.
So they turned around and headed back to Florida. And as soon as they got across the state line into Florida, Henry dropped Ottis off at the first hospital they could find. And with Becky by his side, Henry got back on the road. Ottis spent a month in the hospital, and by the time he was released, he had no way of finding Henry and Becky. He was furious and heartbroken. Like we said, he for real loved Henry.
Yeah. No texting. Like, hey, no tracking. Can't share your location. Where are you guys at?
And they're gone. Like,
yeah, I'm in a boxcar in Oklahoma.
Henry took Becky and their few belongings and set off for California, telling her that they were going to start a life together as husband and wife.
Made up my mind to make a new start. Going to California with an aching in my heart.
Tupac said that. Good poetry.
This was the first time that they had been alone together for a long stretch. And soon Henry realized that she could be quite demanding and moody because she's 13 years old. She's a child.
Yeah.
But with no money to their name, they had to commit a bunch of small thefts along the way. We said it before, but Henry claimed up until this point he hadn't had any sexual contact with Becky. But as the trip went on, she became more insistent and would get angry when Henry turned her down. Henry says he held back because he was conflicted between his attraction to Becky and kind of a, quote, fatherly devotion that he had for her. At one point, according to Henry, after Henry refused to sleep with her, Becky got upset and accused Henry of being gay. She started grilling him about the time that she caught Henry and Ottis having sex. Later that night, after Becky fell asleep, Henry left the motel and drove to a truck stop. He claims that he picked up a woman, drove her to an isolated spot, raped her, and slit her throat. After cleaning up, he returned to the motel before Becky woke up. How he tells it is this is just his way of getting all that frustration out from that moral dilemma of whether or not to sleep with Becky.
Jesus. What a world. What a world. I mean, come on.
And again, this is all his story after the fact.
Right.
So, maybe we'll get into that later or part 3. I don't want to jump the gun, but
unfortunately, but this is how Becky's story is told. There's no other.
We don't know.
Right.
I just didn't know if we were going to, I don't buy any of this.
And
I
next
think he
week,
was raping her the entire time.
Yeah.
Probably.
Like next week when we get into, all the confessions and stuff like that, we're not going to talk about Becky anymore. Like this is how it's told for her. So,
yeah. Well, there's my thought. Sorry. I didn't know if what I meant was I didn't know when the appropriate time to give my thought was, but
it was right now, pal.
There you go.
Well done. Well done.
Did he also go out and probably kill that random person? Probably. Maybe so. He was also still raping Becky. She was kidnapped and held hostage and raped.
Yeah, kidnapped is a good way to put it too, because she's not making a conscious adult decision to run away with him.
She's 13 years old.
Yeah. So after 3 months on the road, Henry and Becky made it to California, tired, hungry, and broke. Eventually, their truck broke down, and they started hitchhiking. Becky started getting more and more frustrated. Life on the road with Henry was not what she expected. She began complaining constantly, demanding to go back to Florida. While hitchhiking through rural California, Henry and Becky got a ride from a local businessman Jack Smart. He owned an antique shop in Hemet. Later, he said he felt sorry for them because they seemed exhausted. So he took them to his place, gave them food, and after dinner, Henry said Becky was his wife and they were on the road looking for work. Smart offered them a place to stay in return for Henry helping out at the Smart store and doing repairs. It's very strange how nobody questions this relationship between Henry and Becky going on. Like, it's just accepted that they're husband and wife from all these people.
Like, nobody looks at them and is like, that looks like a little kid.
Yeah. You sure about that, Henry Lee?
And Henry's gross too. Like, he said, like, oh, she's 13, but she could have been a 19-year-old. Like, really gross stuff like that.
Awful.
But yeah, no, everybody in these towns are like, all right, cool.
They're all fucking kids in that town too.
These are very small areas we're talking about.
That's a good point.
People in glass houses shouldn't throw stones.
During the 4 months Henry spent in town, he proved to be incredibly useful. He worked super hard and fast, taking breaks only for his much-needed cup of coffee and cigarette, and ending the day with a few beers. This coffee and cigarettes are going to be a big part of part 3, too.
Okay.
That addiction plays a big part in this story.
Interesting. A lot of teasers in this. I'm very excited.
If you could have one right now, a cup of coffee or a cigarette, what are you taking? I'm going to tell you right now, I want a cigarette.
Well, I want to sleep tonight, so I don't want any coffee. So I will join you in that delicious Camel Blue.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I'm not going to be left out, so I'm going to smoke that cigarette, too.
Like, I've never been like a smoker or had an addiction to smoking. But like, when I just think about smoking a cigarette, I start salivating. And I maybe I am addicted, but I've never acted upon it.
Interesting.
You know, I smoke maybe 2 cigarettes a year, period. But man, it sounds so good.
But man, I would suck your dick for a smoke right about now.
Depends who that person is, but perhaps. Jose Baez? Yeah, I'll suck his dick for a cigarette.
Well, that's going on the soundboard.
Well, that's the whole... That's the whole, I just want to smell it, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that him?
Yeah. Oh, that was him.
How many Jose Baez clips can we have? I just want to smell his dick. And then I want a Camel Blue afterwards.
Around this time, Mrs. Smart received a call from relatives in Ringgold, Texas. They mentioned to her that her aging mother was too old and frail to take care of herself and needed assistance, particularly with stuff around the house. There's a lot of stuff, everything was going downhill. The Smarts came up with what they considered a perfect solution, and they invited Henry and Becky to move to Ringgold and live there rent-free. All they needed to do was help out around the house. And pretty soon afterward, they were on their way to live with Mrs. Smart's mom, Kate Rich.
They're making things happen. They're making their dreams come true. They're on the road again. They just couldn't wait to get on the road again.
Thanks, Willie. Know what kind of smoking Dave's thinking of now.
And Willie Nelson once smoked a joint on the fucking roof of the White House.
Really?
Tell me that is not the coolest motherfucker in the world.
Was that confirmed? Do we know that?
He told the story, I think.
That had to be under Carter, right?
It was in 1977, I believe, yeah.
Of course it was Jimmy Carter.
Yep.
Well, he wouldn't have been allowed in the White House if it was
Nope.
any other
Nope.
president. That's badass.
It really is.
Kate Rich instantly loved Becky, showered her with attention. Becky was also very open to hearing what Kate had to tell her about Jesus, which this was all positive. There's nothing negative about Kate Rich with Christianity. She's just this lonely old woman. I think she was like 85, 87, and she's just got this young girl there to kind of, dote over.
Oh, and with a girl like that who probably hasn't had much love in her life, finding a surrogate grandmother like that's probably the greatest thing in the world, right?
It's probably actually the best love story we've talked about all night.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, this is the best thing we'll talk about.
The wholesome one.
Yeah.
This is Boxcar Children shit.
Yeah.
This is what we need. Finding that long-lost grandma.
On the other hand, Henry was given free reign around the place, and in return for the work he did, he ended up earning Kate's trust. Before long, she was giving him money for the weekly grocery shopping. And at first, Henry was responsible, but soon he started stealing money for beer and cigarettes. The local store owner got suspicious with Henry buying all this beer and stuff. Kate Rich was said to be a very good Christian. She'd been shopping at this store her entire life. She never once bought beer or cigarettes. Then Henry started paying with checks that had different signatures. So the owner reached out to Kate Rich's daughter, the Smarts, back in Oklahoma.
Henry signing it Rich Kate instead by accident. Yeah, that Rich Kate lady, she gave me the money for this.
The Smarts drove to Ringgold to check out things for themselves. When they got there, they found Kate sitting at the kitchen table, surrounded by filth. The dishes hadn't been washed in weeks. The whole place was a mess. Henry and Becky were asleep on the couch, and the Smarts were furious and told them to get out. They were given some money for bus fare and driven into town to wait for the next bus. But instead of taking the bus, Henry decided to keep the money and hitchhike to Wichita Falls. They didn't have to wait too long before someone stopped to give them a ride. The guy who stopped introduced himself as Reuben Moore, a preacher from Stoneburg, a nearby town. He offered them a place to stay on his ranch. It was a religious community called the House of Prayer. As it turned out, the community was just a converted chicken coop and a few sheds on a rundown ranch. Reuben offered them a place to stay and meals. In exchange, he only asked that Henry help out with his small roofing business, and they attend church on Sundays. Henry worked while Becky learned more about Christianity. At first, Henry didn't mind when he found out, but later he started feeling threatened as Becky started to change. She was able to stay in contact with Kate Rich, and she spent a lot of time with her. And as this went on, Becky started to feel like she needed to straighten out her life. Henry knew that this kind of talk would lead to someone finding out Becky was a runaway from that children's home, and having crossed state lines, he would be going to prison for a very, very long time. All of this led to Becky wanting to go back to Jacksonville and right her wrongs, apologize to people that she did bad stuff to. But Henry was having none of that. Things escalated to the point where Becky said that she wanted to confess all her sins, that she needed to. That was part of her converting to Christianity. Henry freaked out and demanded to know if she told anyone what he and Ottis had been doing. When she said no, Henry told her to pack up their stuff because they were leaving for Florida the next day. The next morning, Henry and Becky left the ranch and started hitchhiking toward Florida until they reached Demon County, Texas, where they decided to find a cheap motel to crash for the night before moving on. Henry later told the police that after they set up their beds, he laid down and started drinking. Becky got down to her underwear and laid next to him. As Henry drank, he began to argue with Becky about leaving the House of Prayer. They ended up getting into an argument, and Henry told her he planned to head back to Stoneburg the next morning. Because the way Henry's, at least, he tells it, whatever, is like, we had this awesome setup at the chicken coop. Now we're back on the road again.
It's hard to beat that. Chicken coop?
It's good shit, pal.
So Becky slapped Henry across the face. Later on, Henry said, quote, "That was it. I just stabbed her with my knife. I picked it up, swung it around, and hit her right in the chest. She sat there for a bit and then fell over. I took her bra and panties off and had sex with her. That's one of those things, I guess, that got to be part of my life, having sexual intercourse with the dead."
I don't even know what to say. It's got to be part of my life, and that's what I did.
I'm assuming that's going to be a big part of part 3.
Yeah, they claim all kind of stuff like that, yeah. Cannibalism.
But he still maintains this is the only time he had sex with Becky.
Yes.
Bullshit. By sex, I mean rape, to be clear.
Henry took a ring off her hand then dismembered Becky's body, stuffing the parts into 3 pillowcases and leaving them in a field. 2 days later, Henry showed up at the ranch to see Reverend Reuben Moore. When Reuben asked about Becky, Henry broke down, claiming that she had run off with a truck driver while hitchhiking. He asked if he could hang out around and work at the ranch for a bit to get things figured out. Reuben agreed, and Henry settled back into his routine. 2 weeks later, he went back to bury Becky's remains. He told the police that when he got there, he was so overwhelmed with grief that he could only bury half of her.
He's so grief-stricken.
Stoneburg, Texas is small, and news quickly got around that Henry was back, but without Becky. Kate Rich was especially curious about what was going on. She heard Henry was at the ranch and reached out to ask about Becky. Henry said he'd come over and talk about it and offered to drive Kate to her usual church service, to which Kate agreed. The church service was in a day or two, so they set a date for him to come pick her up. On that day, Henry showed up early in Reuben Moore's car. After picking up Kate, they headed into Oklahoma so Henry could grab some beer. They started talking about Becky, and Kate pressed for more information, saying that she didn't believe Becky would do something like that, just hop in a truck with a driver and take off. Henry started to get annoyed, and Kate kept pushing for answers until he finally snapped. Henry pulled off onto a deserted road, pulled out his knife, and stabbed Kate. He took her out of the car. He says he carved an upside-down cross on her chest and had sex with her body before dumping her in a ditch.
Would have made Ottis's grandma proud, probably. That upside-down cross.
That's right, the Satanist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Satanist Meemaw.
Meemaw. And again, this is per Henry, correct? Or was this...
I mean, he definitely killed Kate Rich.
Okay.
Like, Henry Lee Lucas.
I just meant the whole story of it is per Henry.
Yeah, like how
I'm sure he killed Becky too.
Right.
But
yeah.
I just meant, my point with Becky was the whole like, oh, I never had sex with her even though she wanted to. And,
right.
you know.
Yeah, he definitely killed his mother, Becky, and Kate Rich. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, we're teasing a lot for next week, but I wouldn't be surprised.
The boxcar travels.
I wouldn't be surprised if he only killed 3 people. And he never was a serial killer. He's just a shit talker.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I thought you were going the other way on that.
No. Or he could have killed a bunch. Who knows?
We're going to find out.
Yeah.
We're going to analyze.
Are we going to get to the bottom of it?
We're going to analyze the available data. And we're going to come to a logical conclusion.
Are we going to do a Carl Monday?
Yes,
and we're
we
going to
are.
figure it the fuck out.
We are
Start knocking on
absolutely going to
doors.
solve it.
You want? I'll start knocking on doors.
Decisively.
Fuck it. Let's go do it right now to people that we don't even suspect of any wrongdoing. I'll just start knocking on doors.
Are you a Henry Lee Lucas accomplice?
But what I need is like, I'm going to hold a microphone, and Dave, you have to have like your cell phone, like the flashlight on, and hold it in their face as I'm holding a microphone. Like, what have you done? Tell us what you've done. We're going to get to the bottom of this.
We heard you drifted and killed people in boxcars. So where were you that year?
No. I want to make it vague and then let them admit to it. Let them admit to any wrongdoing. Okay. Like, what have you ever done? I stole lottery tickets from a gas station. See? We knew you did something. Tell us more. A Fox News I-Team investigation. Dun, dun.
It's a new investigative technique. All right.
Yeah. Just go to random people.
All right.
And then if you question them enough, they're going to admit to something.
Yeah.
I think so. Well, they're going to admit to... If you make them believe that you know what they've done, they're going to confess.
I would Sparta kick you off my porch. That's what would happen.
We get ratings up the wazoo. You think Carl Monday's never been Sparta kicked off someone's porch? Come on, pal.
Carl was in going to Italy like a month ago.
I know we've already discussed this on the show, I think.
I didn't see any updates from him. I was hoping to comment on his Italian travels.
Hope he made it back.
I hope so.
Maybe the Italian mob had it in for him, though. Maybe he dug in waters he shouldn't have dug into.
Perhaps he was undercover over there.
I hope Carl looks at his Instagram and sees Cool Down Media following. He's like, I wonder what this is.
I hope we have random listeners around the world that just started following him. And then he's like, what are all these people following me for? Please don't harass Carl Monday.
No, he's a hero.
But if you want to let him know how fucking awesome he is, that's fine.
Yeah, that's always okay.
So later that night, after Henry killed and allegedly had sex with Kate Rich's corpse, he grabbed some garbage bags from the kitchen and drove back to where he had dumped Kate's body and cut her into small pieces, packed them into bags, and headed back to Reuben's ranch. Henry stayed up most of the night, burning the body parts in a wood stove in the compound's kitchen. Then Henry took Reuben's car and headed north toward the border. That's one of the things we know for sure, because a wood stove is not going to be hot enough to burn a body completely.
No, it will not.
So we know for sure he killed Kate Rich and burned her body to try to hide it. Because there was stuff like her glasses were left behind in the ashes and stuff.
What a way to go, being partially burned in a chicken coop called the House of Prayer.
By a one-eyed drifter that just randomly popped into your life.
Like, just a horrible set of circumstances.
The following day, the Smarts tried unsuccessfully to get a hold of Kate. They decided to drive to her house to check things out. When they found no one in the house, they called the local sheriff, Bill Conway, who then filed a missing persons report. The Smarts told him about Henry and how he had previously stolen money from Kate. This led Conway to the House of Prayer, where Reuben confirmed Kate was last seen with Henry. So Conway was on the lookout for Henry, but Henry had already left town. Henry headed back to Hemet, California, hoping to find a job and a place to stay with Jack Smart.
He's going to let him back in. Hey, remember me? I left your mother-in-law's place in a state of filth, and you made me leave.
Stole checks and whatnot.
Can I come back?
Hey, we good? We good?
I want to stay. Work at the Smart Store.
Hey, bygones.
Henry had no idea that the Smarts knew something was up with Kate, that he did something to her. So Henry calls the Smarts and tells them that whole sob story about Becky and how she took off with a trucker and he needed work. Jack Smart said, yeah, okay, meet me at my shop on June 10th, 1983. And when Henry showed up, police were sitting there waiting for him. Conway reached out to police in Hemet, California, and told them that Henry was a suspect in a murder case and the car he was driving could possibly be evidence. So take care of it and hold on to Henry, because it was also Reuben's car. So it was reported as stolen. He took a stolen car out. So they got Henry.
Chicken coop mobile. Did it say chicken coop, House of Prayer on the side? A couple of chickens laying eggs.
Isn't that some shit? Somebody is giving you a ride and they're like, oh yeah, I got this church you can come stay at. And you pull up as a fucking chicken coop.
Sounds very cultish to me.
Henry was taken to jail in Williamson County, Texas, where he tried to commit suicide because how he was being treated by other inmates, the whole pedophilia thing with Becky, and claimed that police stripped him naked, wouldn't give him cigarettes or bedding, kept him in a cold cell, allegedly mutilated his genitalia, and wouldn't let him contact a lawyer. After 4 days in jail, Henry pleaded guilty to the murders of Becky and Kate Rich. Afterwards, he turned to the judge and said, quote, and I've killed about 100 other women too. And that's where we'll pick back up on part 3.
Oh, damn.
Because everybody in the court was like, oh, really?
What's this now?
Pardon?
Where we'll start off on part 3, we'll start off part 3 with what Ottis was up to this whole time. Because remember, he was just ditched at a random hospital.
Yeah.
Poor guy's just dying in a hospital.
Mm-hmm. Spoiler, he was not up to anything good.
Not poor guy.
I never would
guy.
have thought.
He's not a poor guy. In fact, I wish he would have died in the hospital.
Whoa.
You know what?
Well, to save some lives,
Yeah,
maybe.
I understand.
If he would have died in the hospital, we wouldn't have the show America's Most Wanted.
Really?
That might be the greatest teaser you've ever. We should have just cut the show right there and just went black till next week.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I am hard. That's a fantastic. Dave's like, and noting the timestamp. That is a teaser among teasers.
I'm not hard in the slightest right now.
You're
but give us the better one. Give us the better
one
one, though, Dave. He's got it. Come on.
I am hard. I am hard.
That's the worst edit in my ever.
It makes it so good. I am not hard.
We'll get into like this whole kind of side plot that Henry changes his story, that this is all, this was all the result of them dealing with a cult called the Hand of Death. With all that Satanist stuff with
All right.
Ottis's grandmother.
The plot thickens, just like Mike's penis.
Well, that's true. Often it does when aroused.
And then we'll wrap up with reality and a whole lot of police corruption.
All right. It's an interesting story.
It really is. It's one of those stories where it's like you couldn't make up this shit.
Yeah, I didn't expect all this.
And I thought this was going to be a dull day.
Thanks, Bugs. Any other final thoughts on part 2? We're going to save it all for part 3? That's fine, too. Just asking. Anything else we need to cover, touch back on, discuss?
I mean, Ottis didn't appear to have a very nice childhood either. Thankfully, it was. We don't know much. We don't know as much of the details as we had to listen to about Henry last week, right?
Yeah.
But very similar, I think. Maybe differing levels of abuse, but blueprints for how to make fucked up kids,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, regardless, if Ottis didn't turn out to be a murderer, he wasn't going to be a well-adjusted individual growing up like that.
No. Okay.
It's just hard to imagine what goes on out there sometimes. You just picture your world and you try to imagine it in the same world this kind of stuff's going on out there. And, probably going on today somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course it is.
We talked about that with Amanda Berry.
Yeah.
In that whole
right.
case, like there's definitely somebody locked up somewhere in this country right now.
Yeah. Someone who's presumed dead years ago.
Yeah. So it's not like there ever, there wasn't another situation like this, or there won't be one again.
Yeah. Well, thankfully, Mike's going to start going door to door and
At least
demanding confessions.
Well,
break some of that up.
I thought I made it very clear. You'll be with me with your iPhone
yeah.
and the flashlight.
Well,
This is a team effort, pal.
All right. Fair enough.
And we're going to solve some cases. We're going to get our asses whooped many times, but we're also going to solve some cases.
It's funny you showed up at my door because I have 2 kids tied up in my basement. Thanks for coming by tonight. I'm going to let them go.
Is it weird to think that someone currently abducted right now is going to listen to a future Necronomipod episode about themselves?
Meaning that they'll get free someday?
Well, like it could be an Amanda Berry who listened to one of our shows, or a Michelle Knight, or a who was a third girl? Oh,
Gina DeJesus.
They could have. I mean, they might search themselves. They're going to find all these podcasts. There could be someone right now who's currently living hell that is going to hopefully get free, and then one day they're going to be like, "Oh, there's a podcast about me." It's a little odd.
Very strange.
But hopefully
sure.
they have that happy ending.
It is weird to think about people that we talk about listening to stuff. Remember we had someone from Nexium reach out to us that listened to the show and said it was really good.
Yeah.
Is that Keith?
No, it was not Keith.
I don't think he would have said
No.
it was very
But
good.
Keith was Nexium.
Yeah.
I don't remember someone reaching out to us.
And I asked this person if we could like go further with it and like maybe actually talk on the show. And they said that there were some legal things being done that we couldn't say their name or
Forgot about that, yeah.
needed to keep it, needed to kayfabe it. But so that was the first time I'm like, oh man, like the person that I'm talking about actually could listen to this and like.
Sure.
So that person could probably set up a steel cage match between me and Keith. I'd love that. I'm not a tough guy in any sense of the word.
What?
But when I hulk up and put on that Carhartt,
Yeah.
I'll fucking whoop some ass. Whoop some ass. You know why? Because that blood doesn't seep through to my skin. It'll just get stained on the jacket. So I don't have to worry about the, ew, that's gross. There's blood on me. I just be a fucking tough guy.
You'll never wash that blood off, right? It'll be like a badge of honor you'll keep on there.
Absolutely.
It's Keith's blood right there
Absolutely.
all over my
It'd be
splattered on my
same with
jacket.
all the oil stains from the engines and stuff that I've tuned up and changed.
Sure.
And yeah, the brake pad grease and
Oh, yeah.
all the shocks and springs I've changed in cars. And yeah, absolutely.
All the blinker fluid you probably spilled all
The
over
blinker
it.
fluid. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. And then just oiling up the hinges of your glove box to make sure that goes up and
Yeah,
down.
you don't want a squeaking glove box.
You don't want a squeaky glove box.
no.
That's the biggest thing. If you come to Mike's Auto Repair, first thing we're going to do, I'm going to clean up your glove box. It won't squeak. Won't squeak.
Good to know. Go to another shop.
Not if you want a good glove box, pal. I would put in a complimentary little packet of tissues
Oh, that's very nice, yeah.
in case you get the sneezies while you're driving. Nobody wants that. All right. Dave, what do you got on Patreon?
I'd like to thank new patrons Ren James, Brad Bangs, Samantha. I hope Samantha knows this.
Yeah.
Bailey, Bailey, Damian Silva, Joshua Brodus, Bailey LaFleur, Casper the Little White Fuckable.
Why are we trying to fuck Casper?
Angie, Neil Dozier, Tiffany, Crystal, Bobby Cave, Ryan Beeson, Haley, Cryptid Groomer, Magdalena Grunberg, Akerfelt 40, Jensen McLeod, Sean Swick, Busy Listener, Katie Solomon, Nitty Cactus, Joss, Helena, Tufted Titmouse, the toughest, tittiest, taintless taco tickling twit.
I do have a alliteration boner. Well done.
Mike's hot and juicy 14-year-old porch turd. Whew, that thing's been sitting there for a long time.
It's a deep cut.
Aubrey Titus, Morgan McShann, Nicholas Ludwig, Kayla Cravens, Lindsay, Joshua Hurley, Orlando, Don Keynuts.
I get it.
Lori Blair, Tyler Everett, Alex Cerulis, Tej Nuts, Deer Nuts. What's the chances of that back to back? E, Sophisticated Trash, Aspen, and Brittany Pennington. Thank you, new patrons. You'll find a treasure trove of delights.
It's all kind of good stuff.
Now
on
it's
there.
at your fingertips.
Tons of goodies. Ian, what do you got?
For Necro Straight Edge, you did Lawrence Spear.
I did. Yes.
I know that's one of your favorites.
I really enjoyed. It's hard to say enjoyed that story because
Yeah.
it's a very tragic one, but that one is much like the John Bonet one. Really captivated me and made me interested. And I bought the book that I talked about at the end. I think it's called "College Girl Missing."
Is that the one we did the OT about that was coming out?
I think we did an OT on it. Yeah. So I incorporated that into the end of the show just to kind of update it and mention it a little bit. And I don't know. There's no information on what happened to her. Never found her body. The guys won't really speak much about it. The guys who were with her that night, partying with her. So, and then the dude that wrote the book, Sean Cohen, I believe, he spoke with two of the guys, but her boyfriend at the time, who didn't go out that night, wouldn't even speak with him unless he was paid $100,000. So just interesting stuff like that. And, I think Cohen comes to the conclusion that it was a shitty investigation, and that based on the inconsistent narratives given by all of the main potential suspects of the night, that she probably didn't make it out of the townhouses where she was, not her apartment. The townhouse is where she ended up going to later that night with the guys. She probably didn't make it out of there alive. And then why, I don't know. There was drug, theories. There was just alcohol theories. She had a heart condition, so maybe drugs impacted that. I don't know. It's very fascinating. Just a young, cute girl who got mixed up in the wrong stuff. And it almost seems like it probably was maybe accidental, but that nobody who was around her did anything to help her that night. So, I don't know. But yeah, go check it out. Necro Straight Edge.
Yeah. Follow that, subscribe. And then
That's on Cool Down Media LLC. You can follow on Instagram as well. We'll post the updates.
And then follow Promised Land. That's finished. Deep dive into Jim Jones. A lot of audio.
All 12 episodes, right?
8. But it is
I'm sorry,
finished.
8.
It is finished.
Ready
though.
to stream and plow through.
So yeah, subscribe to those because like I have some other ideas in my head, and I know we've talked about some stuff too that we'd like to do. So just kind of has to gauge on how well some of this stuff does. So if you want more content from us like that,
Like the spin-off stuff.
right, like
Stuff
Promised Land,
that won't be on the typical Necro stream.
yeah, subscribe. I'm gonna do something fun, I think, for Straight Edge. I'm up right next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do something a little. I don't know.
Michael Jackson.
No, I need a different kind of
okay.
fun.
That's a lot of heat, pal.
Do me, Ian. Tell my story. Tell it to everybody.
You don't need to see my wiener. There is no reason for you to see my wiener.
It's very true, Michael. It's not necessary.
What's funny is that same clip could be used for Jeffrey Epstein, right?
Yes, perhaps.
There's a lot of people that could use that clip,
Old egg dick.
unfortunately.
Dave, you got anything else on your end?
Nope, not a damn thing.
Okay. Like I mentioned earlier, we were on Cool Down Media LLC. Is that just Instagram? I
It's
think
just
on
Instagram. Yeah.
We're old men. That's what we use, Instagram. Cool Down Media LLC for the Necro Straight Edge. And any other special projects we're going to have moving forward, you can follow on Cool Down Media LLC. Necronomipod, as always, is on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at Necronomipod. Patreon.com/Necronomipod. Amazon.com, search Necronomipod for all of our merch, and Necronomipod.com.
All right, you guys ready for a cool down beer?
Cheers.